Welcome back to the power of questions. There is a Chinese proverb, very old but very, very true. He who asks a question will be a fool for 5 minutes, but he who does not ask a question will stay a fool for his life. So questions are so important, and if you get up in the morning, you do ask yourself a question. There's nothing you can do against it. You ask the question, should I get up or shouldn't I? What should I do? What do I do today? A lot of questions pop up in your mind the moment you gain consciousness. These early questions in the morning determine how your day goes. And then your day goes on and on and on, and you ask yourself questions and questions and questions. And if you choose the right questions, you feel happy, you get along, and you be happy. If you choose the wrong questions, if you choose the weakening questions, the power training questions, you will not stay happy. If you get up in the morning and the very first thing you think is like, why in the world did I drink too much last night? Again, you're in deep trouble, my friend. You're in deep trouble. If you get up in the morning and say, wow, what can I do today to make myself getting a step ahead? What can I make today to get myself more happy, to help others? What is it I can do right now to get myself into a different, a better place? It is the questions which determine about our happiness. It's the questions which makes us move in one or the other direction. And it's the questions which determine what we are focusing on. And if we are focusing on something good, then something good is going to happen. If we're focusing on something not that good, that's going to happen too. So depending on what you're focusing on, things happen. But focusing on is just a consequence from the question you ask yourself. So if you focus on something negative, that probably means that you have had asked yourself the question, why me again? But if you focus on something positive, like what can I learn out of this situation, then it was the right, powerful question. So be very careful with questions. If you question yourself, if you question what you did, and if you focus in the past, this will then result in a bad result. So ask yourself a question, how can I use this? And this will be focusing on how can I use this. As a result, you find a solution. Finding a solution means you be happy, you move a step ahead. So this is the whole secret about empowering and disempowering questions. If you feel not good, ask yourself a better question. If you feel shabby or depressed or whatever it is, ask yourself a better question. If you're already in a good place, but if you want to move ahead more, if you want to step up, ask yourself a higher quality question. It's all about question. Questions determine our focus. If I ask myself, what can I do to improve the situation? I ask myself a quality question, and I'm focusing on finding the thing which makes me improve my situation. If I am in self-pity and ask myself, why me? Then that is not a very high quality question, and it results in me focusing on all the pain of the world. So whenever you want to be in a powerful, excited state, ask yourself a great question before. What can I do now? How can I make myself happy right now? What can I learn out of this? This is the power of questions. A lot of great business, in my opinion, all great businesses are based on great questions. Great questions asked by the entrepreneur or his employees or his partners. It's always a great question in the beginning of a great company, of a great product, of a great system. There was this gentleman, Walt Disney. He did ask himself also a huge, great question. He was standing in California and was overlooking the orange fields. And he was thinking, what do I need to do to attract a lot of people coming to visit California? And he knew it's not having always orange plants. So he was thinking about, what can I do to make people want to come over to California? And there it was born, the idea of Disneyland in Anaheim, California. If he wouldn't have asked himself this question, there wouldn't be any Disney World or Disneyland. So ask yourself a good question, ask yourself a powerful question. What do I need to do? How can I improve the situation? What would be the next step? In what direction can I go now? What are my options? And how can I make people do this or people do that? These are powerful questions because they focus yourself onto a solution and away from the problem. So you always want to focus on the solution. You always want to make sure you are focusing in the right direction. And this only is possible with a powerful question. And later on we talk about the dynamics of powerful question and the training dynamics, the downsource of not so powerful questions. So for now, think about powerful questions. How can I use this to improve my situation? And here's my assignment to you. Before you step up to the next section of this course, please sit down and write down the typical question you ask yourself. And it may be very difficult because these questions sometimes are hiding in our subconscious, but try to find them. Try to write them down. What are the questions you ask yourself day by day by day? And you will be surprised. There are a lot of questions which you don't need, which maybe are disempowering yourself. So here's a little hint. Check the question for the question word why. So please go ahead and do the assignment. Write down all the questions you have in average, if every day, every week, every once in a while, everything you can think about it. Write it down, and then after that, let's continue with the next section of this course. Thank you and have fun doing that.